Today is supposed to be the day that we hear about the tariffs, or the tariffs go into effect. From what you've heard from the president, how do you feel about what's going to happen?
Well, I think we're still waiting to see what's going to happen, but I think that uncertainty alone is the entire problem. Trade is the source of prosperity and security between our nations, and certainly affects our border communities right away. So anytime you've got this type of uncertainty and this type of agitation, it's not good for our economy, and it's not going to be good for theirs either.
What is your big concern for the communities in your area?
Well, I am from one of the smallest municipalities in the country, and but we are from a region that is, our prosperity is completely interdependent and interconnected to our neighbors in the south. And as you know, Windsor is the automotive and automobility capital of Canada, and it is our anchor of our region. And the automotive industry in Canada can claim responsibility for over 550,000 jobs. So, when we talk about the trickle-down effect for a community like mine, it's around people losing their, discretionary income, and the pressures that could be put on disposable income and employment, and all of these other things that cause this disruption means that less people visit our community. And more personally, our community has been really interconnected with the U.S. for hundreds of years, and about 30% of our property owners are American, and this whole process, is really threatening generations of goodwill and friendship and economic prosperity between our countries, and you feel it. You feel it personally in different ways in border towns. You feel it financially. Many jobs are tied to the U.S. Economic prosperity is tied to the U.S. But many of us, have spouses that are American, have family in the States, have neighbors that are American. So it's just a different sadness. Whenever there's pain between the U.S. and Canada, our communities feel it in a different way.
And of course, with that intertwined with the communities on the American side, if you talk to them, they must be worried as well.
That's part of the role of the Border Mayors Alliance, is to be reaching across the border and making those relationships, or connecting with those other mayors and those other stakeholders on the other side of the border, to kind of say, listen, this hurts everybody on all sides. This isn't a punishment on Canada as much as that's the way it's being pitched. The U.S. consumer will also feel this. So, there has been some success with some of the mayors that have good relationships across the border, and trying to set up those conversations and convey, those concerns. On Peele's particular standpoint, I've reached out to the commissioner of Sandusky, which would be our border community, and have had no response. And I can imagine it would be extremely challenging in the United States to speak up and speak out against a Trump initiative.
Okay. Mayor, thank you very much for joining us today. We wish you the best of luck with this.
Thank you.
Cathy Miller is the mayor of the Township of Peele.